Okay, so we're continuing on with chapter 5 about Newton's second law of motion, force and acceleration. And today we're going to distinguish between force and pressure. So this is from section 5.5, applying force, pressure in your textbook. Pressure is defined as the amount of force per unit area. Remember, per means to divide. So it's force divided by area. And so that's simply what the equation is. Pressure equals force divided by the area of application. So P equals F over A. In this instance, A is for area, not for acceleration. So don't get your A's mixed up. The unit for pressure in the SI unit, there are many different types of pressure units, is pascals, which is capital P, lowercase a, and it's a Newton per meter squared. So that's the SI unit. And so let's just take a look at a few questions involving pressure. It says, do you put more pressure on the ground when you stand with 1 foot or 2 feet? And the answer is 1 foot, because the force of your weight is spread over a smaller area. Your weight is a force, and basically you've divided the area in two, so you get more pressure. Okay? You get more pressure because of that. And you know that too. It's much harder. It tires you out to just stand on 1 foot. You can feel that added pressure. Another question is, does a ballerina put more pressure on the floor standing on 1 foot or 1 toe? And the answer is 1 toe for the same reason. You are further reducing that area, and so all of the force of your weight is on 1 toe. And if you've ever tried to stand on 1 toe for any length of time, it's a hard thing to do. So those ballerinas are doing some pretty hard work when they're dancing in that manner. And so the last thing I want us to consider is to place the following in order of increasing pressure exerted on the floor. A woman standing in running shoes, a woman standing in high heels, or a woman standing on skis. So I'll give you some time to think about that before I go on to the next slide. So the answer is the skis provide the least amount of pressure, okay? Then the running shoes, and then the high heels. And let's think about that. This is why we use skis, because it spreads out our weight across a longer surface area on the skis so that we apply less pressure so we don't go through the snow as much. The same idea as for snowshoes. And if we skip to the high heels, you maybe have noticed that sometimes when women are walking on high heels, they punch through the ground very easily. That's because all of that pressure from their weight, there's more pressure because all of their weight is on a very small area and it's able to punch through the ground, perhaps even damage flooring much easier due to the high heel, applying more pressure in a smaller area. So our objective was very simple, to distinguish between force and pressure. And try to get 5 questions from that. I don't know if you will, but do your best on that.